Right, Cobra, it's good to meet you.
Hey, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm really sorry about how unorthodox this show started, but something came up. But it's a pleasure, dude, to have you on the show. It's about time, too.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean,
yes, it has.
I've been following your show since last March, so that's over a year. Well, my son came home from school one day and he said, "Do you know there's a game coming out with 18 quintillion planets?" And I got my iPad and I typed that in, and it took me straight to your show. I think it was
awesome.
one of your podcasts was sort of said 18 quintillion planets, and that was when I was hooked. Sort of
me too,
speculation, man. The speculation that you had, and I think you spoke to a playtester. I think that was that around about that time, May.
Yeah, it was.
And it was just so fascinating. Now I've never been involved in a game like this really at all. Like I was saying to Snowman, I've sort of been a sandbox game fan, like Skyrim.
Right. Yeah.
And
I tell you, one of the most interesting things that's happened out of No Man's Sky, I think, is the hubs, the Galactic Hub project.
Yeah.
It's something that's truly amazing. And a long time ago, I used to preach that I used to tell people, Sean is going back and forth on, yes, you can see other players. No, you can't get with them. No, you can't play with them. Yes, you can see them. It was back and forth. So I tried to tell people, you might want to calm down about buying this game if you're buying it just to see somebody. Like I said, you might get there and you can't see them. And I said this years ago, but wouldn't it be cool to sit there and watch the same sunset go down on the same planet, knowing you're standing there beside somebody and you traveled a long way just to get there? What an amazing feeling, and it still is. When I got to the hub and I seen all those messages and I seen that base sitting there, I can't explain the feeling. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Truly amazing. And that people, like somebody said when I was dealing with something, that people love to congregate with each other.
Yeah,
they like to group up.
It's human nature. It is human nature. We need that personal touch. Definitely.
Right.
I think it started with the people who created the hub, and there are other people who sort of like formed groups in different parts of the galaxy. They're sort of naming whole systems under a certain name, a certain group name, like the Alliance of Galactic Travelers. And we sort of like we have a naming convention. So any system we take over, or any planets, we put the suffix of AGT. So people who come to the systems know what group it belongs to, I suppose. Which is great. Which I sort of wonder what Sean Murray thinks of this. The team who sort of like put this code together and this algorithm and threw it together and sold it and as just something where you could just travel and find animals, discover.
Yeah.
And we've got us being human beings. We like to congregate together, and that's what's happening. We're taking over, and it's just fascinating, really.
Speaking of animals, did you see that large creature that Cobra discovered on his last video?
Yeah.
That was nice.
I know. I haven't come across anything like that yet. I've come across big creatures, but it's sort of like big versions of lobbies, or big versions of the sort of like the two-legged, the stilt-walking insects. Like a locust.
Yeah.
On stilts. Sort of big versions of those, but no dinosaurs. Triceratops. So one of those pink Triceratops. So it wasn't quite realistic, but I would encourage people to walk a planet. I forgot. I was sort of flying around. I'd land on a base. I'd land on another landmark. I'd fly, land on another landmark. Stop to pick up plutonium, thamium, whatever I needed. Look around and think, well, there's not a lot here. But actually, if you just take your time to just say, I'm going to walk 5 minutes from the base, from the ship, and it's amazing what you find.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the only thing.
And there's no telling what you'll find. I mean, you have no clue unless you
No.
go over that hill and look.
That's it.
And here's another thing. It's good to take pictures.
Oh,
That's when pictures, because you're liable to never see a creature like that again.
yeah, I know. I think I've taken about 15. I've posted about 1,500 pictures on the Facebook. I really need to slow down. Do you tweak the sun, move the sun, and change the light and everything? I sort of do that and find a creature I like. I swing around it to get the best angle. But it's fantastic. I mean, I'm a big sort of. I was a big, like I said, Fallout 4 and Skype, all the big sandbox games. But I just hated that sort of leaving mission area.
Yeah.
Sign, you get the invisible walls, or you jump in the water. I'm one of these people who always want to climb up that mountain. I'm not happy being where I am. I want to go over there, and then of course you find that it's actually not real, or you've got some kind of invisible wall. Or like in The Witcher 3, it's sort of like you go so far, and then it's sort of almost like it goes black and turns you around, and you're walking back the other way again. With No Man's Sky, you don't get that. You just don't. It's amazing. And I just forget. I forget certain landscapes as well. I'll sort of fly around and think. I start sort of get a bit jaded and think, oh, it's going to be another snow planet or another lava planet, and then you land somewhere and it's like, wow, you get purple grass and blue mountains. The light just a certain angle, just walking around with the mouth open. Amazing. Never played anything like it.
And I want to talk a little bit about the hub tonight, and I also want to talk about update talk. Nothing is confirmed or anything. Pretty much what I would like to see in the next update or future updates down the road, kind of thing. Because I have a feeling that this update is going to be combat oriented, related. So I don't know if what I want is going to be in this next update. We're going to talk about that. But what I really want to talk about is the Galactic Hub. There are rules of etiquette. There's it's guidelines, and there's a place on Reddit for the Galactic Hub, and over there, it's really about respect of other people. So somebody's worked hard and built a base and a system. One of the guidelines is don't build where they have. Leave that system.
You can overwrite their base, can you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like the it's trust. I mean, it's respect.
Yeah.
So if you build something, you can erase somebody's hard work, and then somebody could do it to you. So, and it's really hard because it's a very populated place. Everything's been discovered in the region, and we're going to kind of show here in a little bit what that region looks like in the galactic map and how to find the capital, Lenin. But I want to kind of get, your opinion. Have you guys been to the hub? Are you going to the hub?
Of course, I'm headed to the hub.
Are you?
I'm just stuck. Yeah, I'm stocking up on enough fuel so that I can just travel nonstop so far. And I've got about half the fuel that I need. I'm about 400 jumps away, and I have about 200 canisters of fuel, so fuel cells. So I'm just about there. And I think that sounds like a glitch, actually, to be able to overwrite somebody's location or somebody's planet. That sounds like, oops, somebody made a mistake when they.
Yeah, I think they need to fix that. Yeah.
Look at it like this. Sean Murray has always said, "You're not going to run into anybody. It's too big."
Yeah.
Underestimated the want and need for us to go and be with each other. Like it's like Dad says not to do that. What are we going to do? We're going to do it. And we did. Right. So I don't think it's a bug or a glitch. It was just never in their minds. Hey, we make sure that they can build bases together in the system because they didn't think we were going to do it.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A dream of mine really is to actually be at my base and to have somebody come and land.
Ooh, GTA Hov.
Whether they can get out or not, I'm not sure, but it would be quite something to know that there's another player coming to land and have a look around.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm not sure if it's important whether you can see them or not. It's just the fact that you can see their ship.
All right, we're going to add King Hova to the show here.
Okay.
All right, keep talking, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Well, I had to have that awkward silence there.
Yeah. In other parts of
anticipation.
There are factions who are apparently taking over other people's systems or stopping people from
or destroying other people's property.
The whole system, that kind of thing. I mean, it's quite it's quite brutal out there.
I would think that leaving. Can you leave a message anywhere? I think you can, right? You don't have to be within. Okay, so you would think that you wouldn't want to leave too inappropriate of a message. Of course, that would be a natural thing that you wouldn't want to. Although that deal about
message
cat,
like I did. My goodness, King Hova, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, can you hear me?
That was funny.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sounds like you might be breaking up a little bit.
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, dude. What brings you on tonight, man? It's good to meet you too, as well.
It's great to meet you too. I've been watching for a while. So I'm just coming on to talk. Don't really have.
I think it might be if you're using Wi-Fi, you might be getting too far away.
Can you hear me now? Sorry, I think
Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect, crystal clear.
Awesome. Sorry about that.
So, King Hova, you've been in the Galactic Hub for a while, right?
Since December, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
you guys have been busy. Almost everything in there's been discovered.
Yeah. I think the whole Rento tree, which is what everybody calls the main hub where it all started, that's full. You won't find an empty star system there.
Right. I'm gonna put that on the screen here in a minute so people can. It took me like an hour and a half to find Lenin and all that mess. It was when I found it though. It was one of those. You're about to give up. Here's another white dot. Click it. Boom! It was it. I was screaming.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa! It was so loud and so crazy I couldn't put it in the video.
You did come across quite excited.
Yeah, was, man.
When you got there.
You kind of overwhelmed your. You overwhelmed your microphone.
Yeah, I know. I had to turn the volume down on that part too. So King Hova, what can you tell us about the hub? Tell us anything you know. Naming guidelines, guidelines on claiming planets for your base. Anything you got, bud.
Okay. Well, about the naming guidelines, that's a little interesting because I don't follow them. I'm a little.
Oh.
I think some people are a little. I don't know if you've heard about the Empire of Hova. That's a whole nother topic that we'd have to cover. But so basically, it's like another faction that I'm in. We name everything with a Hove tag instead of hub tag.
Okay, yeah, I've heard something about that.
Yeah, but we still follow the respect thing. We definitely don't just go through and name systems willy nilly. We still explore them and share whatever we find and everything. It's just more the naming thing that we don't follow.
Okay, so you don't start it off with hub and then the letter for the species that the race that's there, and then the last four of the coordinates.
Yeah, no, we don't do that, and it's mostly just because I like a clean looking name. I don't like all those numbers and stuff. It's just a big distraction for me, and it's got to scroll through, when you get to the system. I like just a little name down there in the corner. Okay.
Well, that's awesome. Now you were part of that little galactic war.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about that.
Okay, that was actually fascinating because and I'm gonna just give you guys the whole behind-the-scenes truth of how that all happened.
All right.
Because there's a lot of rumors, and but anyways. So I get to this guy posted in the Galactic Hub that he had just set up an embassy, and I've had the Empire of Hova for a while now, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go over there, have a little visit, say what's up. And so I don't know where I got the idea, but I got in the system and got attacked by pirates. So I was like, well, what the hell? What kind of embassy invites me over and they attack me? So I go down to the planet. Go down to the planet and drop a little comm pod. I don't remember what it says at this point, but it was just like, I was like, I wonder if this guy will ever see it or even respond. And it was something like bow down or die or something silly like that. And at this point, I didn't know Art Nick. Art Nick is the other guy that was a representative or either the leader of the Bezhar concern. I'm not sure. So we had no prior contact, and I dropped this compod. And I get on Reddit the next day, and he's made like this post about it, and I'm like, all right, it's on. We're gonna see how we can like play this out. And we literally had no contact. We were just like creating our own original posts and just kind of feeding off each other, and it was really exciting to me, and I think a lot of the hub liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
really
really
exciting.
organic.
I see you're creating lore. I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
player lore.
I made a whole backstory for the Empire. It's out for anybody to read now. Originally, I created a journey and you had to travel through a bunch of star systems to uncover it, but it's already been finished by a bunch of people, so I just put it all out there.
So you made a journey with the comm balls.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, where can
Thank
we
you,
find
thank you.
this? Is it on Reddit?
Yeah, I want to know this.
There's a few links on my Reddit. My Reddit username is GTA Hove, not King Hova. And so if you search me, you might be able to find it. But there's a website that I created specifically to host that, which has now been expanded into an official Empire of Hova website. But you can still find all that there, and I can type. Well, no, you can't put the link in the chat on the side, but I can give you the link. It's a little long, so I don't want to.
Go ahead and put the link in Skype, and then I'll put it in the chat here.
Cool. Gotcha.
It was cool.
Yeah, I was wanting to know more about the lore itself. I mean, just of the lore that you guys are coming up with, just a little bit of it, just for interest's sake, because that's really an interesting thing. Because I know how creative people can be, and that can really invite some people to join in on the game, just for the lore's sake.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that really fascinates me about No Man's Sky is that like you create your own story, and so everybody approaches the game differently.
Yeah.
And I'm an artist by trade, so that fascinates me. I love making new stories, and I get stuck in photo mode for hours. I don't even know if I play the game sometimes. I just take pictures.
Yeah, same here. I was saying to Snowman, I think I've posted about 1,500 pictures to Facebook about everything. It's just amazing. As soon as I got that tool, I couldn't believe it, really. But I belong to the AGT, the Alliance of Galactic Travelers, which we're sort of a nomadic sort of group.
I heard you guys talking about the little kerfuffle with the Federation earlier.
That's right. Yeah, that was hilarious. I was sitting there thinking, this is quite amazing, and people coming up and saying, "That's it, we're leaving." We've had talks. We tried to smooth things over, but they won't listen. It was trying to come up. I think we were trying to decide what kind of dating system we could use, what year. I thought a galactic mean time would have been quite good, but apparently a few people, different factions, wanted to use their own time, or just weren't interested, or there wasn't agreement. So suddenly we left the Federation. It was hilarious, but fun, and I was thinking, I'm playing Sky here, and I haven't got my PS4 on.
Wow.
I know.
We got Rudy on the show. How you doing, buddy?
Yo, what's up, Cobra? How's it going?
Nothing much, man. It's going pretty good. Had a little emergency at the beginning of the call here.
I got another fan with me. He's gonna say what's up. Hey, Cobra. Glad to be on.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks, buddy. It's good to meet you.
Good, man. You're doing good. You're one of the lead speakers of promoting this game and stuff. So cheers to you, man.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. So what's up, man? What's going on?
Not much. We got King Hova on the show here. He's talking about the Galactic Hub. He's been there since December, and he's talking a little bit about the player lore, things that's been happening in the region out there. What I want to do is, while he's talking and while you guys are talking, I want to put the region and the galactic map on the screen. See if I can do this right.
Oh yeah, congrats on getting to the hub there. I saw your video.
Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks. All right,
I
so
want to
here,
say something.
you guys can see, I don't know if you guys, it's going to be a delay, but that is what they all call the Rento tree. It's like a Christmas tree, and it has a canopy to it, so to speak, and up in the canopy is where the capital of Lenin is. So it's really hard to find. You just have to kind of know the exact location, or roundabout location of it, and let's see if we can. There we are. It is 166,592.9 light years from the center. That'll help you find it, and it's a Class B9 star system with 2 planets in it. So if you're looking to get to the capital, that information right there will help you. It's what helped me.
Excellent.
Fun fact, if you look at Lenin and back up 2,000 light years, you will be in the headquarters of the Empire of Hova. Just fun fact.
Really?
Yes. It's called the Izmitrid Mass.
How many light years?
2,000.
2,000.
It's quite far.
It's a little ways away. If you have a decent explorer, you can get there in one hop.
What's the star system called? I mean, the region.
It's called the Izmitrid Mass.
Yeah, I'm not going to find it right now. Yeah, but that is what the Rento system looks like.
That's quite something.
But anyways, okay, King Hova. So, what do you see these hubs turning out to be?
Right now they're really good for just connecting people, like if you want to see bases, you're only going to do that if you're in a hub, right? And if you want to take advantage of other farms. So that's really what they are right now, without any more traditional multiplayer. But if the next update is supposedly combat based, so if that extends to some kind of multiplayer, we could see crazy things happening in these hubs.
So if they ever do an update and add co-op or the ability to see other people, I wonder if they're going to do that on a separate game mode, or if they'll do it to all modes.
I feel like it would have to be a separate game mode.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people that don't want multiplayer at all. They want it as it is now.
Right. But even if they did it to all the modes, and there's people out there that don't want it. Man, this game's too big. You would never find anybody that didn't want to be found.
That's true. You could just go hide.
Yeah.
And that would be a game in itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hiding from people,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
you can jump to there's multiple universe, multiple galaxies anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You could just escape through the black hole and disappear forever.
I wonder how many people would go to the edge of the galaxy and hide.
Well, you can turn base sharing off now, so potentially you could turn off multiplayer. I don't know.
Maybe it'll be something like the Division with the dark zone, so like an area of a galaxy.
All right, so some of the other things that I want to talk about is updates for the game. You know, what we could expect or what we want to expect. Here's my personal list, and there's hundreds, right? So this isn't me missing things. These are just the biggest things that I would like to see. So I would like to see an update that would kind of tailor to the galactic regions, these hubs, and see a little bit more co-op or connectivity between all of us. You know, and the other thing is vehicles. You know, the vehicles that we have, they look amazing, and they look better than our ships, actually.
They do.
I'm sorry?
Nah, so yeah, they do.
Yeah. I would like to see kind of like an update to the ships and a third-person view, which I think that's going to be happening because of the third-person view audio files that were data mined. And I would just like to see a little bit more with the ships, a little bit more customization also with the ships, and a present story that's happening. I mean, there's this extensive story that we have about the Great War between all three races, and I would like to see something happening now. Maybe even something sort of like what we've seen in Grand Theft Auto 4, where they had the Liberty City Stories DLCs, where it's the same place, but different stories with different characters, and it really felt like different games in the same setting. And I think that would be cool with No Man's Skies if they came out with No Man's Skies stories, almost like we got a game that looks like a sci-fi book cover, so let's have sci-fi book stories. And I think it would make it even cooler is if you bought the DLC, you'd still have to travel there just to play it.
One of our members in the Empire has actually he just set up this third-party site called the Lore Vault, and what it does is you can the authors can set up a compod somewhere with a code, and when players find this code, it will take them to that website, and it's just like pages and pages of original lore. So until Hello Games creates new lore, we're trying to like fill that gap, and also make little journeys for players to go on.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that just crossed my mind is that it's like I know only a couple of other games allows this, but you can have actual novels written using No Man's Sky as a platform.
Yeah.
Because the lore is building, and there's a lot of creative people out there, and you can just go ahead and create an actual novel or a book about somebody traveling across the universe and running into the different races and such, and so that potential is there too. Right. That would be nice. I would read something like that. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I like. So somebody could do that and actually sell a few books here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cobra, all those ideas you have, those are all great ideas. But we're all big No Man's Sky fans.
Yeah.
And what I want to know, or I don't know if I've ever seen one, is we've got all these great modders out modding things here and there on the PC. How come there has never been a modder to make a third person flying? We've got.
I don't know. That's a good question. Why haven't anybody done that?
Yeah, I've always wondered that. I just don't know if I've never.
Maybe
looked
it's
into
coming. I don't know.
Yeah, but modders can make that happen right now. This game has been out long enough.
I wonder how many modders there actually are working on this game. If you really think about it.
Maybe not too many. It seems like it's only 2 people.
Yeah, I know. Because it's a very complex. Some of this stuff is kind of complex, and it takes a really smart person with a lot of extra time on their hands to make a mod like that. And I wonder if just how many there actually are that would do it, have the talent for it. So trying to recruit all you smart people out there knows what they're doing. Come on, make some mods.
Yeah, I know.
So one thing I'd like, and they've got the animations. Thinking of the Gek, there are creatures out there that look like Gek. Is patrols. I'd like to see. Suddenly, you come over a hill and you get a Korvax patrol, where they either try and kill you or you try and kill them. I don't know, but it would be quite something to suddenly see an NPC just walking around, other than the Sentinels.
It really would, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, we got Sean. What's going on, bud?
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Yeah.
Sean has actually got something cool to say. Why don't you go and tell everybody what you've been doing? He's got proof. He's been sending me pictures.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Is Sean the vault guy? Or not the vault guy, but the ruins
The
guy?
Monolith guy.
Yes,
the Monolith and symbols
Yeah, I
guy.
remember you.
Oh, yeah. You know,
All right, so
why
tell
are these
everybody
symbols
what you've been
everywhere?
finding out.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I've got the GAC sequence down pretty packed. But, so I'll just, long story short, the dioramas in space stations, they're not always, you won't always have a diorama in your space station. But I'm talking about, you know, the big circle with rocks and plants. And you can actually scan those rocks, too. Well, in doing our in a sequence, pairing numbers with the symbols on the buildings that correlate with the monoliths, and as we activated them, I have a PC friend that was doing it as well, and I ended up actually breaking down the GEC sequence, and I was in a Viking system, and he was in GEC, and I figured out that finding the right sequence for each race is actually, it's different, you know, it changes. But anyway, so he got a head start. He got about 6 or 7 in, and that's, you know, 7 monoliths corresponding with the symbols.
Right.
And then he had gotten off. Well, I caught up with him later in the evening and noticed that I'll go through my chain, make sure nothing resets. And then I was going to the space station because I figured if we've made it this far, there has to be something to show the player that they're actually doing something correctly. That, you know, you're actually doing something aside from getting that flare that shoots up out of the monolith.
Right.
And what I noticed was my diorama in the space station started to grow. It starts, you know, like the pictures I sent you, it starts, you know, flat, you know, real small plants. Sometimes they're, you know, pretty good size, but, you know, it began to grow, you know, huge, like gigantic. And then along with the diorama growing, the planets that I was activating these monoliths on began to change as well. The plants, the animals, like it was like a progression, like from their legs up to their thighs, you could see that they were starting to change color.
Wait a minute. So, as you're activating these monoliths, things are changing on the planet.
Yeah.
So we're getting more fauna and flora, or different fauna, different flora.
Different. Like things were changing colors. Trees. I actually I tweeted at Hello Games about this because it just blew my mind. Like it was so insane. I said that PS4, I guess PS4 doesn't need mods because, you know, the trees on my on the lush planet that one of the planets that I was activating these on, all the trees started getting bigger. The radioactive planet, same thing. All of their trees were getting bigger. The rocks were, you know, I had a couple rocks that were almost as tall as the telecommunications towers.
Wow.
Like it was just growing and growing. Well, I wanted to wait because, you know, I didn't want to be the only person. Like there's no way. Like I'm seeing things, I'm going crazy. And I waited for him. He got on, and he plays on PC. And I didn't want to put it in his head that something had changed. So we originally said that the back wall were the 8 lights and the center big light. You know, we figured that something like that would change. You know, one of the lights would go dim or something like that. So I had him. I was like, hey, you know, because he was still on 7, and he checked the sequence. Everything was still active when he got on. And I was like, hey, you know, go to the space station and see if any lights changed or anything like that. And he went, and he's like, no, you know, the lights are just the same. And I was like, all right, well, you know, it was worth a shot. And he's like, I'm going to go take a look at my diorama real quick. And I was like, all right. And then I just waited. And then he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? He's like, my diorama grew. He's like, all the plants. He's like, they're like different colors, and they're, they're taller and they're sprouted, and all the rocks have gained, color from where they were just a dull gray. Now they're, covered in, different colors here and there. And I just, I lost it. I was so happy that, he got the same thing. And it just
so
really
you've been sending me pictures of what's been going on, and I'm not prepared to put them on just because I didn't save them to the other computer that I'm using. But is there a place that people can go and follow you to see these pictures?
I'm actually I'm almost done with the post. I put together an Imager slideshow showing the changes and the progression, and it's something that I'm repeating it, as we speak. I'm actually running through and cataloging the monoliths on all these different planets real quick and whatnot.
Okay,
but
so
yeah, in the next couple of days, yes, there will be a post on Reddit, and it'll have everything.
Okay, awesome. And is this going to be in a video form?
Yeah, I'm going to do a video as well. I'm kind of working with someone because I think you and I talked about this. I'm not the best at video editing or live streaming or anything like that. So I have a buddy that's really trying to help me, so we can, so everyone can see the visuals and see me actually do the sequence and, see the things change.
Okay, so you're going to repeat this?
Yes. I'm doing that right now.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's.
So I wonder what's going to happen once you complete the entire process.
Yeah, when you complete the sequence, that's what
we're
really excited about. And oh man, that's the
Man, I'm
trickiest
rooting
part
for
of it.
you.
Yeah. And honestly, like, it's not even about portals. It's about, there's more depth in this game. And it's like, Sean had said that, you can, that a player can change a planet or a system. So when another player, goes there, it could be different. And
now I got to play devil's advocate here.
Oh, that's fine.
What if what we're seeing is just a glitch? Have you thought about that as well?
Yeah, it's, I'm not going to lie. It's been a very long week. Been a stressful week. Especially when it comes to me trying to share the sequence, because it's not, if you've never seen a lot of the variations of monoliths, the symbols, and they're just going to look like gibberish to you. It's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
So it's just really difficult. And that's why I'm going through and repeating it. But it's, if it's a glitch, there's just I don't know. It doesn't make sense, because
right.
the progression of the planners, like, you can see the specific plant that's, dull and down, and then the next picture it's sprouted up, and the colors change a little bit, and even the rocks start to gain color. Like, there's just, I couldn't. If it is glitch, holy cow, one hell of a glitch. That's all I could say.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So you had a reaction during you activating these monoliths on PS4, and a person on PC had the same exact reaction.
Completely different system
monoliths. Too. Right. Oh, different system. Okay.
Yeah, he was in a Gex system and I was in Viking.
So the only thing I have to say is just keep at it, repeat it, see if it happens again, and try and get to the end. Maybe there is a, what somebody once told me in a comment, that there's no secrets in No Man's Sky. Everything works really easily. Everything that's in the game, all the features work real easy. Blueprints, you just get this and that. All the features are pretty simple. But I would like to point out one thing. Hello Games left coordinates. It didn't tell us that they were coordinates. Okay, there's a set of numbers every time you save your game. Now, that was for the game to know where you were, to save your location at that spot. But Hello Games decided to let us see those numbers. Now, there was nothing in the game for us to do with those numbers. But Pafu,
Pafu.
Sorry, Pafu, an amazing person, figured out a way to use those numbers so that way we could all migrate to the Galactic Hub or wherever we wanted to. So that's a feature Sean Murray left in the game for us to figure out. So when it comes to activating monoliths and seeing other things happen, maybe this is something else that he left in the game for us to figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the portal's still not active yet.
No.
Right.
And,
Yep.
and
But
here's, I just want to bring this point up. Creative mode. Portals are in creative mode, but if you go to a planet that you have a normal mode, and say you have a comm station on a portal, when you go there in creative mode, that portal's not there anymore. Now, we've found the portals in creative mode just to confirm that they were in creative mode, but they moved them. And not only did they move them,
Wow.
as soon as you start a creative mode, you can craft night crystals. Tell me why you could craft night crystals.
Right. Dave,
Because we don't
in the
use
chat,
them.
yeah,
I've always
David-
worked with those before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dave in the chat was asking that he wanted to talk about this on the show again since you brought it up last week. How do you know when the monoliths reset? Well, it's because of the fireworks, the light that shoots up into the sky. When you see that, you know you've already activated that monolith. So therefore, if you go back to one that you know you've activated and you don't see that fireworks shoot up, then it's reset.
And here's another thing that we kind of discovered this week too, is that there is degrees of resetting. That if you fly by your monolith and all the language stones are on, but you don't get a flare, you're like, you know what's going on. So you land, and you can interact with it, and you can activate it again. We've found that when the monoliths reset, if they reset and all the language stones, because usually with a usual reset, it will reset the monolith and all 3 language stones. Now, if you're doing the sequence and you happen to do a monolith out of order, that monolith will reset, but it'll leave all of its language stones on. And we've kind of determined that, this is all just trial and error. So we kind of determined that that just means that, hey, you want active, but you're wrong. You're wrong somewhere. You need to fix it. In which case we have fixed it, and it'll stay active and whatnot.
Well, that's interesting. I don't want to get my hopes up too high.
No, it's all trial and error. It's
You know what? And I got to say this. I'm excited about this. This is a way to play the game, even if it's not true and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
This is fun. It's really fun.
You,
and an
you know what's going to
community-
happen.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe
He's
nothing.
gonna have a heart attack when the thing actually works.
Yeah.
He's gonna be sitting there doing this. He's gonna be like working on it, like in the middle of the night, in early hours of the morning, and all of a sudden it's gonna happen, and he's gonna die right there.
yeah.
He's gonna get so excited.
That was my reaction
He won't be recording it.
when I
He
walked
won't be
into
recording it, and then you try it again, and it won't work.
when I walked into the diorama and it had grown, because I take lots of pictures. I have about 10 to 11 gig of pictures that I take because I try to catalog everything, and I literally dropped my controller because I was just like, what are you, what?
Because it's so hard to do what you're doing, and you put so much effort and work into it. It's just wow. I mean,
It's about 5 months of work.
Yeah, I probably would have scared everybody in my house.
But he's having fun, and that's the thing. When people are trying to find out if there's puzzles in No Man's Sky, people like to go by and call them crazy, saying you're wearing a tinfoil hat and things like that. But you know what? There's many different ways to play No Man's Sky. One of them is to explore, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's exploring the monoliths. He's exploring what happens when you do this. Then there's people like me who like to go to the hubs, and that's not the way the game was really meant to be played.
I think it's funny that this game has conspiracy theorists. It's great. There's no other community like it.
No, there's no other game like it, really.
Right.
No, there's not. It's in a class all by itself.
No, I'm still waiting for the story. I really did like the Atlas path the first go around. I really enjoyed it. I wish that they have all kinds of stuff like that in it. It has the opportunity for it. We know they can do it, and I'm really just longing for that. But I'll just wait it out. Wait until somebody actually makes.
You should read the Book of Hova. I think you'd like it.
I'm going to have to have some links. Somebody's going to have to send some links to the
put
chat.
the link in the Skype chat.
Yeah.
Did I? I thought I sent it to you.
I didn't see it. I don't see it.
The thing is, Hello Games they've got the potential. I mean, they're like gods.
Oh yeah.
They could drop anything in the game. I mean, I'd love to see some kind of like 8 wonders of the universe. Some kind of structures that, like one structure that's somewhere in the galaxy that somebody finds that's got something that you need to, a puzzle that you need to break. I mean, they could just do that, and the amount of people that would flood towards it would be amazing.
Would you like to know how many symbols there are?
I would.
There's 35.
35.
Jeez.
That's the language.
Which is what we were exactly. That's the language. We were talking about that while we were waiting in the other lobby. 35 is 26 letters and 9 numbers.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the language.
About the monoliths and everything, do they have anything to do with the ruins and the gold balls?
Yeah.
You can push around?
I don't know about the gold balls that you can push around. We've still, I a buddy of mine linked, because Sean kind of took a lot of old science fiction novels and kind of, threw them together into No Man's Sky. Really, you can see references everywhere. Those gold balls, he showed me a book that he says that they're just, just something to keep you distracted. They're not so much a rhyme or reason for them, but that's just his theory. I don't know. We have that's yet to be determined.
Okay.
Well, it's one of the few objects in the game that you can actually move around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, Hova, I don't think you sent me the link correctly. You can type it correctly in Skype.
My bad.
That's okay, bud.
But I think that's amazing. Have you noticed any changes with the buildings as far as like do you think that if you kept on turning on monoliths in a specific order, do you think the buildings would actually change?
I don't think the buildings would. I mean, we haven't seen any of that was one thing that we'd look for. When we had all the changes, that the buildings pretty much just stayed the same. It was mostly just the plant life.
The work that you guys are doing is amazing. Like, I do like live streams and make different videos, and I get pretty proud of myself for no reason. And then I listen to you guys talk, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm not doing anything like that.
It's not really a morale booster.
No. Well, I mean, honestly though, like when I did stream, because I streamed that night, like right after it happened, just so I could kind of show people what was going on. And then, I tried to go through the sequence again. And honestly, it's most people don't stick around long enough, to see the fun stuff, or because I literally go around to all of a certain sequence of monoliths and, activate them and then backtrack to make sure that nothing reset. So, I mean, it gets real monotonous, and, a lot of viewers, they don't really stick around that long.
Well, it would be great to be given that information so we could just actually do what you've been doing.
Yeah,
Right.
No, exactly. That's my goal.
You've done all the groundwork, you've done a lot of work, but it'd be fantastic to be able to follow in your footsteps.
Right. And I think it'd be amazing if you took like a before and an after picture and just left all the intricate details out, so that you got people interested in saying that this is the same planet and I can show you how to do this. Just follow this link, and then bam, you got a video on like tutorials on how to do that stuff.
You see, that'd be
pretty cool.
That's the tricky part, because if I had this happen, and Swamp actually had this happen as well, that you can reset if you like reload your game. like, and you don't close out and then just reload. If I were to reload a previous save, it resets the sequence. And then not only that, there's multiple sequences and actually multiple dioramas that a space station can have. Like we've seen two, like I've had this happen 3 times now, where I'll be doing a sequence, and a lot of the guys that have data mined had seen that the portal trigger is based on a time frame or a time parameter, and after a certain point, if I haven't done the sequence, like for instance, Viking above all of their doors is a number above all their doors and archways in their space stations.
Yeah.
That number will change, and when that number changes, the diorama changes to a completely different diorama.
Really?
And and symbols on the abandoned buildings, like the way to decipher the Viking ones is to look at the decals or the symbols on the buildings that are overlapped. There will be some symbols that there's another symbol stacked right on top of it, and those symbols will change. So it's not as easy as...
The symbols change within the same system, or are you talking from system to system?
No, within the same system.
So in a certain time frame, those symbols change on their own, and then the monoliths change positions, or the sequence changes.
The sequence changes, and that's the trickiest part. Is what I'm trying to put in this post is how you can identify and decipher the sequence, because that doesn't change.
Basically, this is like the biggest safe cracking game ever.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Well, it's so intricate. I mean, you mentioned the word glitch, and because some of the older games, they had glitches where you could actually write programs into the memory, like with like Mario and stuff like that, where you stand in a certain location under a certain pixel, and that was never intended to be done, but somebody figured it out. So at some point somebody figured this out, and that's one of the most intricate puzzles you can do. But with Sean Murray, it's quite possible. I mean, if you looked at the fella, you ever really pay attention to his personality, I mean, you can see that he's perfectly capable of something like this. So that's where that's what keeps my hopes up for something incredible to be found, because he looks the kind of person that would just do it on purpose and not by accident, not randomly, but actually do the thing, something crazy like that.
One of our guys brought up, go ahead.
Oh, hey Cobra, hey Snow. I didn't mean to be rude by just hopping in here and not introducing myself.
No, it's fine, dude. And Chris was running late because of work. And it's my fault because we went early tonight because I have to work tonight. But Max in the chat has said something really cool. Could the answer to this puzzle live up to its mystery? And I agree with him. I think the longer this goes, the more interesting it is. I don't know. I think I would hate to find out. I would love to get close, but I don't know. I mean, this mystery stuff, this puzzling aspect of the game is kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's actually it's actually one of my biggest fears, honestly, is that
what's that?
That I get to the end of the sequence, that I have all of the titles open, or all of the titles, for the monoliths on, and I don't get portal detector. I don't get, there's nothing. Like it's,
here's something that you probably maybe thought of, maybe not, I don't know. But what if it changes the game not just for you, but it changes it for everybody?
That'd be amazing.
The whole universe.
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm hoping.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, a lot of people have a lot of questions, Sean.
Oh, I know.
So I think, I mean, you say you're not that good at YouTube videos.
No, I'm gonna. Well, just to answer everyone's question, when the show's over, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll throw on a stream on YouTube, Mr. Unnoticed.
Okay, great.
You guys can look me up. I'll be on there, and you can. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can.
That's awesome. You know,
Put a
what a
link
good
in-
show we
in
have
the,
here tonight.
chat.
We've got GTA Hova, or King Hova, from the, a veteran from the hubs. And then we got Sean working on the Monolith, Amazing Snowman Sky, Chris, or Iceman Third ID, actually, who's got an amazing new series that he's done.
yeah.
Oh, it's so amazing. Is that one of your children?
Yeah, actually, that's my daughter.
Oh, that is so awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
I highly suggest anybody to go over and check out Iceman Third ID's new show that he has with a story that he's telling in No Man's Sky. It's truly amazing. It really is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I knew that series was going to be good. Like, because I was like, I don't know how good this is going to be, but I'm going to try it. And so I sat down my son. Because my daughter helped me on it, so it wasn't any good setting her down with it. I sat down my son. I put the headset on him. I said, "Hey, watch the beginning of this." And he watched it, and I was like, "Okay, well, give me it back. What do you think?" And he was like, I want to see what happens." And he was hooked, And then I was like, "Well, that's cool, An 8-year-old's hooked. Let me try my producer." So I gave it to my producer. My producer doesn't like anything I do, so I gave it to her, and she didn't want to give the headset back. And I was like, "Oh, I might have something here,"
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy with the way everything turned out, and I appreciate all the kind words about it.
Yeah. And then we also have
amazing.
Steve Evans and Drizzle Ditch, rather.
Neither one to do.
Just
And he's been in the community for a long time, and you're now an admin or a moderator of one of my groups or one of our groups, right?
I am, yeah.
That's amazing. He's contributed a lot to this. He's put out a lot of fires. A lot of people come by and start throwing some hate mud, and he steps in and stops it. So he's also been a good help to the community, especially on the Facebook side. So an amazing show.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
this is a really brilliant show. We've got like all the hard hitters of the No Man's Sky community.
We're missing Martin Requiem, darn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Martin's not here. He's
Martin.
out categorizing small, angry animals.
Yeah. He can't find a rock.
That's quite something. And we're missing Ron Scoble as well, of course.
Yep, Ron's not here.
Yeah.
Iceman, go ahead
Yes,
and put right in the chat there. Check out my channel. A lot of people are asking for the link.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'd love to see that.
All right.
Yeah, that way people can just click on your user ID there.
I would probably have to get off my phone to do it. Hold on. Maybe I can get on the PC and do it.
Also, the fellow that's going to do the live stream with the questions and answers, was that Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might want to I want to see it, and I don't know how to find you. So.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
send
and
it.
see that's all. Since we're all on the same call, I'll add it to I'll add the info to the call, because since I'm on my phone, if I swipe over to YouTube and grab everything, it will end the call.
Okay. People are asking if I have
You can.
T-shirts for sale. I do not. I had this one. This one was made for me by somebody, but I was thinking about doing a spreadsheet to see if anybody wanted one, or a spreadshirt. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if anyone if you can't find me on the stream, you can or can't find the stream for that matter, just send me an instant message or a PM on. I'm the moderator for No Man's Sky Portals, so Mr. Unnoticed, same thing. That is
awesome.
my gamer tag.
And you're also feel free to the Cobra TV Facebook group, Explore No Man's Sky Facebook group, anywhere that I've created. Just go ahead and put a link in there so people can see it.
Oh yeah, will do.
All right, we're going to be wrapping up early because I'm going to have to get to work. Sadly, I'm usually off and I stay up to the wee hours of the morning, but I can't do that tonight. So does anybody have any last and final words to say tonight?
I'm still looking for my stuff so I can put it in the.
I was just going to say, what do people think will change the game when it goes to Xbox?
Ooh, good topic. It's
Yeah.
my prediction that they're going to be announcing at E3, not Hello Games, but just a commercial
Yeah.
for Xbox
yeah.
One. I really do. There's
It
data
sounds
miners that
reasonable.
came across Xbox
Yeah.
One files, and it's been a year since Sony had it, so I think it's about time, and I think it's going to happen.
It'll certainly open the game up.
Yes, it will, and I think we're either going to get an update right before E3 or after E3. I don't think any sooner or later.
But when is E3 this year?
I don't know the exact date.
The beginning of
Actually,
June.
I think it's beginning of June, end of June, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the beginning.
Yeah, we'll see an update probably mid-June.
Yeah, I think so.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, Faction Wars.
GTA Hova, or I mean King Hova.
Yo, what's up?
You got anything you want to add?
You know,
Before we get off of here?
I wish I'd composed myself a little better. I just happened to get a notification on my phone that you're doing the stream, so I just threw up in the laptop, and I'm totally unprepared. But everybody can find me around the Galactic Hub sub a lot. So if anyone has any questions for me, they can hit me up. GTA Hove. I'm usually always around my phone, so pretty quick with the response.
Hova, I would like to do like a separate podcast with you, just talking about everything Hub related. So stay in contact whenever you have time next. I'd like to just one-on-one, just have a nice podcast with you.
Definitely. I'll
Awesome.
write some stuff down and get prepared. Because we actually, I didn't mention this earlier, but you talked about the first war. The Empire just recently ended another war, but we can talk about that in the other podcast.
Awesome. I look forward to it. Really do. Steve, or Drizzle Ditch, you got anything you want to add?
Just that my system that I've made my base in is a black hole system. So I'm gonna be jumping through the black hole, see how close I can get to the hub now, and walk back. Because that's one little tip. Some people are sort of warping through the black hole and then opening up an old save and then jumping through the black hole. If you make your base near a black hole, you can jump through and then walk back, and just do it as many times as you want, really.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yes, sir. That's the easiest way to get close. I ended up getting like 140 away. That's my cat. It's a confused cat, but that's my. No, I'm kidding. It's not a cat. Yes, it is. Snowman Sky, what's up, buddy? You got anything you want to add before we get off here?
Not really, except that I really appreciate the opportunity to have hosted your show at the beginning.
Yes.
I wish I knew that I was. That would have helped at first.
I'm sorry, I had no idea that was going to happen. But yeah, I do apologize. This show, with me doing it 2 hours early, I was really unprepared. And so I'm sorry, it's a little bit unorthodox than normal. So if anybody's it's their first time,
I'd appreciate it because I'm 4 hours later than you, so it's 1:30 at the moment in the morning. So
maybe we'll look into doing it earlier. Oh, we got something just happened. Roberto Mel just subscribed. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Cobra TV family here. Maybe we'll look into doing it earlier from now on. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk with Iceman and Snowman Sky, see what we can do.
Yeah, whenever you figure out you have time to talk, we're ready.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I will look into the whole T-shirt thing or merchandise or whatever. I didn't think anybody would be interested, but I guess there's been quite a few people asking for it in the chat.
Oh, I love a Cobra TV shirt, man. That'd be awesome.
All right, well, maybe I will. Never even gave that a thought, but we'll look into it. I thank you guys for coming out to the show. I think it's been a pleasure having you guys on. King Hova, I look forward to talking to you again really, 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 really soon.
Sounds good, man. Just hit me up on Reddit.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that's going to be the show for tonight. Sorry wasn't, I don't know, organized.
No, it's
Story
great.
of my life.
Right.
I appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. It's fantastic.
Thank you. And everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out to Cobra TV, putting up with the weird show that we had. And you guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you for coming out for the support. Roberto, thank you for subscribing. It's awesome to have you aboard. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. I got like 4 ready to upload. So,
man.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys stay safe. Share your videos over at Cobra TV, Facebook group. Share your videos on ExploreNMS. Put yourself out there.
All right, cheers, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone
All right,
stay
you,
safe.
Cobra.
Love you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
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 Uh-oh. What do we got? Hey, back off. I no, look. I live here. I'm a local. You do not need to mess with me. Look, I can run faster than you. We could do this all day long. Stop it. Is why? Is because I wouldn't feed you? You got wings and you can't even fly. Your tail's like really, really big. Your head's so small. All right. Look, I'm gonna have to put you down if you don't stop. All right. One time, I seen somebody shoot the ground, and they ran away. So let's see if that works. Hey, wait. Back off. Back. Yeah, you scared? I'll do it. No! Ah! Shield is down. You made me do it. Oh, now you got the fuzz on me. Now you got 5-0 swirling around. He's going to stare at me. Watch him stare at me. He did it. Look, he's running. You see that? He did it. I didn't do it. What are you staring at? Make your move, pal.